Hey guys, welcome back. This is Anthony Tejada, your local Orlando Realtor, and here with the Home Agent Group. This is our group, and to my left, I have.
Irene Calderon with Casas en Ventas en Orlando.
Yep. Irene is our representative on the Spanish channel, and she's going to give us some insight about the areas that she likes to serve. And then to my right, I have
Pam.
Pam Inhofer, who is our jack of all trades. She gets behind the camera. She's also another realtor, and she is like our in-house mom. So, well,
Thanks.
yeah, no problem. And then what we're gonna do is today we're gonna talk about just have a roundtable and or podcast style video about what's going on in the Central Florida market. What are some expectations? What are some of the market median prices, and what essentially is just going on, so that when you guys reach out to us, you have some expectation of what's going on, and there's no time wasted in us helping you get into your new home. All right, so with that being said, tidbit number one is that the median home price in Orlando as of December was 332,733. That is a 22.7% change over the prior year. And with that, the market has responded and the lenders have responded to that by giving us new loan limits. And this is to help, and they increase the loan limits to help people get into homes still. So Irene's going to let us know a little bit more about what those loan limits mean.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony.
No problem.
The FHA loan limits rose to $420,680, which give you more buying power.
Right.
And as maybe a lot of people may not know, is that you can put as little as 3.5% down to purchase a home.
Right.
A VA loan, you can put the loan limit is 647,200.
Right.
And with VA loan, you can put as little as 0% down.
Right.
Okay. Conventional loan limits went to 608,350.
Wow.
And you can put as low as 5% down for conventional loan.
Right.
And that gives you the buyer more buying power, and you be prepared with your money to put down for whichever loan you qualify for.
So let me just ask this question, Irene. So especially for VA and conventional, these loan limits got pushed up because
Quite a bit.
yeah, because in the past when you went over those limits, went over like 5 something or something like that, it turned into a jumbo loan.
Yeah.
And in a jumbo loan, in my understanding at least, was that you would have to pay more in the rate, right? Meaning that the rate went up because you were more of a risk to the bank to lend that money. But now, because the ceiling is a little bit higher, you still would stay in this nice little rate that you get from your lender, which is lower, right? Without being in that extreme rate category when it came to getting these loans. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's good news for everybody, meaning
Yeah.
you can stay in a lower rate and get the house what you want. And sometimes that means more to your monthly payment than anything else.
Correct.
And
Yes.
we'll bring lenders on and to confirm all that, of course.
Yes.
But that is a great thing. Number two, I want to ask the group a question, right? And this is like the number one question. People call me all the time and they ask, hey, what's the process? What's the first thing that you need to do? And as always, I know at least at my part, I always say, hey, let's get a pre-approval. And I want to ask the group now, why getting a pre-approval is paramount in this situation.
Well, to get a pre-approval is what helps you get into the door to see the home.
Right.
There's so many people lining up based on my experience when I take people out. I can't get into the house because there's a line out front
Right.
to just see it into the house.
Right.
And then by the time you close the door, it's already pending.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're saying is basically is that if you don't have your ducks in a row, you go see this house, you fall in love with it.
Yeah,
And
because then if you don't have your pre-approval, you can't put an offer in.
right.
You don't have anything lined up
Right.
to help you get that house, and
Right.
you need to follow the process
Right.
to help you get a house.
Yeah, and it makes total sense to me. I mean, like instead of getting hindered by doing all this paperwork when you want the house, if you have it ready from get-go, you would be one
You're
of those
way
people.
ahead of the line.
Yeah, you're way ahead
You
of the
just
line.
jump right in, make an offer, done, and
Absolutely.
we'll get the house.
Yep,
Absolutely.
that I believe that, and that's one of the reasons. Irene, is there any other reason?
Well, there's some agents that when I call to ask to view the property with the buyer, that's the first thing they ask me.
Right.
Is your client a pre-approved, and the seller's requesting to get that ahead of time to set up the appointment.
Right, right, right. And, yeah. So
Yeah, but
I mean,
didn't you also see too that there's already offers?
Oh yes, I had a buyer in the Winter Park area that I called the agent, and the agent said that yeah, sure, send your offer highest and best the next day, and when everything finished, the following day she had over 70 offers, 70
Oof.
offers for
Wow.
one home.
wow. See, so in situations like that, you know, even the people who go and get the pre-approval already, it's still a long shot.
Yeah.
So we don't want you to be out of the stratosphere and you're taking your shot when you need to take your shot. So that's why we,
It's a little painful in front,
Yeah.
but you know, at the end, we help you.
yeah, that's why we push for that pre-approval, because it does help everybody involved. Going and moving on, right? Here's a little pro stat, guys, from what I've been noticing on the market, right? Guys, know that the average home is now receiving at the very least 4.1 in offers in this very competitive market. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about that 4.1 number?
No.
No.
Well,
That's
like
too
I
low,
mentioned,
that's too low.
yeah,
Too
like
low?
I mentioned,
Too low.
I had that property has 70 offers.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
in my 18 years doing real estate, that I have never heard of anything like that.
Yeah.
Right, right. So I guess what we're getting here is for an average home, right, or maybe a fixer-upper, those homes are still getting 4.1 in offers. If this home has any kind of unique feature, a pool, maybe some solar, maybe a water softener, right, something that's very unique and people want, maybe 3-car garage now, because now a lot of builders are only
Yeah,
building 2-car garage,
yeah.
and people coming from up north with some more vehicles and some more toys, right, that alone might push those offer rates of 4.1 higher, and then get the situations that Pam and Irene are talking about, where there's people lined up outside the door and ready to buy this house right now.
Yeah.
So this is just the average stat, right? But if it's not an average house, guess what?
Your line gets longer.
Yeah. Right. So I want to segue from that, and I want to talk about 5 reasons to stop renting and to start buying in 2022, right? And one of the main reasons, and I believe, is cost savings, right? You can lower your monthly payment, right, by getting a fixed mortgage, right, and not getting a 3-4% increase in rent every year. So, guys, what do you feel about that?
Well, I'm working with a client now who's looking for a rental.
Right.
And a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet is going for $2,350.
Whew.
A 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,900 square feet is going for $3,250.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's huge.
Wow. So,
And that's in the Orlando area.
in the Orlando area.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
guys, what I've been noticing and dealing with landowners and dealing with people who come from renting to buying, what I've noticed is that, there's a lot of strain on the market. We have a low inventory market. We have about 4 weeks, which is typically what we've been having since the beginning of last year, right? A healthy market calls for 6 to 8 months of inventory, meaning that if listings stop happening, right, and we had 6 to 8 months left to sell out those homes on the market, we would be in a healthy market. We have 4 weeks, guys. So what that does is it puts a strain on the rental market, because people who can't get into homes obviously need to live somewhere. They go to the rental market. Landowners, landlords, tenant buildings, apartment buildings, they all know this, right? And guess what happens? That 3% increase in rent happens year over year over year, and then you're getting compounded rent on top of an inflamed market that has low inventory. So a lot of people are sick of it, right? So this is why we say, hey, if you want more control of your monthly bills on your annual, right, every year, and you don't want somebody sticking you for 3% extra every year, boom, 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 maybe it might be time to buy. Not trying to push, right? Number 2, it's an investment opportunity, right? With the market being so inflamed and being so sought after in Central Florida, you have an opportunity to build equity in your property, right? So,
Yes.
how do you guys feel about that?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree because most of my customers,
Mm-hmm.
by the time we close, they have at least minimum $10,000 equity in their homes.
Easily,
Right.
easily.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. I've even seen it happen. With one of my customers, from 6 months from when he sold, he had 33,000 in equity, and that's not just it. What if he actually sold the property, bought another property, and he gained back 33 at closing time? So
That was a win-win.
it's a real thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
So and three, back to cost control, your rent will increase, but your mortgage won't, right? So just throwing that out there again, your mortgage will not increase on you, right? But year after year, 3%, those landlords will hit you with that for the rental, right?
Yeah.
Four, here's some fun stuff. Privacy, right? No more noisy apartment neighbors. When you live in an apartment, you live on top of each other. There's the old
Banging
man
on
with
the
the
wall.
old man with the broom. Shut up! Turn the music off, right? Yeah. Well, when you live in your own house, you're the boss, right? Which goes into number 5, customization. If your daughter wants to paint her room pink, there is no lease and no landlord saying that you can't, right? She can have her pink princess room. That's a nice thing to have, and you have a control of what goes on in your home. That's another pro tip. So we also have a pro stat here that as the last year, the average home is worth 10% more than a year ago in equity, and we had said that in our conversation. So that's something very specific that we need to look at, that that in the Central Florida market, at least per the last few years, people have been gaining quite a bit of equity in their homes. So
Which is always surprising. I mean, how much equity you have
Oh,
now.
yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
surprising.
Yeah, I sold a home that I held for about 5 years in this market and gained about around 100,000 or so in equity, and so that's wealth for your family and for yourself. So I mean, that's a great thing to have. For right now, what we're going to do is get a little bit more specific, and we're going to go into more local markets, and we're going to start off with Pam, and Pam's going to let us know what's happening in the St. Cloud area.
Yes, Adam Homes, they're a new builder. We don't see them around here too much. I know
Right.
they're building on Jones Road.
Jones Road, right?
And they're also building in Harmony Central, which is actually right behind us.
Okay.
In 2019, they bought 680 acres,
Wow.
and they're planning on building 522 homes.
Okay.
They'll consist of 40-foot lots, 50-foot lots, and then the rear, I can't say it.
The rear-loaded garage lots.
Yes.
Bungalow
thank you.
style.
Bungalow style.
Yeah.
Which means your garage is in the back of the house and you walk through to
Right.
get to the
Right.
thing. So anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
But they're coming through.
Yeah.
And their starting price is $300,000.
Okay.
Then we have Westland Park, which is a neighborhood in Sunbridge.
Okay.
They have 27,000 acres, and that borderlines between Osceola and Orange County.
So Westland Park, isn't that like the second community to get into Sunbridge?
I believe so.
And that's the non-age restricted one, right?
Correct. There's 5 builders going in there.
Right. So Del Webb was the 55 plus.
Correct.
But this one is non-age restricted, so anybody can buy.
Correct.
Cool.
The first phase is 577 homes, and the builders are going to be Ashton Woods, David Weekley, Kraft Homes, Pulte, and Toll Brothers.
Oh, there's some good builders going in
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
there. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And what? Also, I heard Disney's moving towards the area, right?
Yes, we heard that the Imagineering creative department from California is coming over.
Okay.
They're going to be by Travis Stock,
Okay.
which is, a lot of people don't understand, it's by Lorette Park. Travis Stock, they own all the land over there.
Right.
And they're going to be building office buildings with a minimum height of 4 stories.
Okay.
It's going to be by Boggy Creek and 417.
Oh, okay.
So you know where the new Publix is?
Yes.
It's right in that area.
So it's
over there.
but that's about 2 miles off from the New Wave Hotel.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
Actually, you can see the wave from there.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
see Wave from there.
Yeah.
That's great. So I mean, Disney. If Disney's moving into the area, that means
there goes our prices.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Any
Yeah.
more news or
No,
that's
that's
everything?
it for now.
All right. And Irene, you're gonna tell us about.
Claremont / Mineola.
Okay.
And I'm excited to announce that there is a big project that started in the summer 2021,
Okay.
and it's called Olympus.
Nice.
Now, Olympus is going to be a world-class destination for sports and tourism.
Okay.
And it's going to be 243 acres,
Okay.
the project. And they planning on accommodating sports athletes. It's like an athletic center.
Okay.
And it's going to be a centralized hub, and it's going to be designed to provide sports performance and science,
Okay.
athletic nutritional services, and media broadcast facility.
Oh,
so it's going to
wow.
be huge for tourism and also for employees.
So it's gonna be like a sports training type place?
Yes,
For
yes.
That's
athletes?
that's almost like what they have in Lake Nona, right? The new performance center over there.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
so and then there's one in
Yeah,
Claremont.
this one has one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
going to
this
be
one's
awesome.
huge.
So
Yes.
if you're planning to put your kid in the NFL, NBA, this is the area.
We got it covered.
Yes. And also, another awesome thing that happened. I don't know if you guys familiar with Kroger.
Kroger's, yes, the Texas supermarket.
Yes.
Everything's super
Well,
large.
Kroger opened a distribution center last year.
Oh, no
And
way.
I don't know if you've seen the little trucks around. They delivering food
With
to
the little
really?
froggy looking guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
delivering food, so that means that there's a lot of employment opportunity. Employers they hiring
Yeah.
for people to come and work for them.
Right.
And what I'm thinking is that put their feet in the door to be able to have competition for Publix.
Ooh, if they
Yeah.
put a Kroger's out here, I have family and friends that, lived or used to live in Texas, and they used to love that supermarket.
Yeah, my brother lives in Georgia, and they go there.
That they go there?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, they go there.
Wow.
And
That's
also, what I like about Claremont / Mineola is that there's easy access, major highways.
Right.
It's close to the airport. There's
Okay.
a lot of shopping area. I mean, it's just blooming. It's blooming. That
Yeah.
area is blooming. There is a community. It's called Park View at the Hills.
Okay.
And the price is starting in the mid 400s.
That's actually pretty good.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Really good. There's also another one. It's called the Villages of Mineola Hills.
Okay.
And the lots are 40 feet and 50 feet.
Ooh.
And the prices are in the mid 300s.
For a 50-foot lot.
Yes,
And the mid 300s?
mid 300s.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not at all. And then the other exciting part, Del Webb Mineola is coming up. That is a 55 plus community.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't have the prices yet, but they have started digging.
Right.
They're moving the dirt, which is awesome.
Right. And just to interject, if anybody doesn't know, Del Webb is like the pinnacle when it comes to 55 plus communities. So they're like the Paramount, they're like the Nike brand
Yes.
of 55 plus.
Yes.
So that's how people view them. So when they get into a community or area, people get excited.
Yeah.
Yes. And one of the things that attract Claremont to people is that Claremont, when you're in Claremont, you don't feel like you're in Florida
Right.
because it's high. The elevation is high.
That is true.
So
Yeah.
that means that this community is going to be built at the highest peak in Central Florida, which is Claremont, Mineola. And you'll be able to enjoy the stunning views from your home because they're going to be building also a 15,000 square feet clubhouse. And it's going to sit at the top of the rolling hills, and it's going to be tree lined. And
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how hilly Claremont is.
Yeah,
Yes.
If
it
you
is.
want help, you go to Claremont, and the views are beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially at night,
Beautiful,
all the
yeah.
lightings and stuff. You see
Yeah,
the
the
whole of
sunsets,
Claremont is
yeah.
very
Yeah.
beautiful, very beautiful. And also in Claremont, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a winery in Claremont.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's right
A
off
field
of
trip?
Highway
Field
27.
Field
yes,
trip.
yes. It's right off of Highway 27,
Right.
and in the summertime, they tend to have concerts.
Okay.
Oh,
They also year round they have tours that you can
Okay.
tour the winery, and then they give you samples, of course. And I think two
is
or
that
three.
Lakeside Winery?
Yes, Lakeside Winery.
Oh my, damn,
You can
that's
see
not
it off
mine.
Highway 20. You can see it off Highway 27, and a lot of time they offer buy one case get one free.
Oh,
Oh, really?
wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So that's an awesome.
Are we selling real estate or wine?
I think field
Yes.
trip definitely.
Field trip? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. And then moving on to Winter Garden now.
Okay.
In Winter Garden, I'm also excited to announce that there is a Del Webb community, 55 plus, and it's called the Oasis.
Nice.
That community, they started moving the dirt as well, and I don't have prices for that either.
Okay.
Okay?
It's still in the preemptive stages.
Correct.
So,
Yes.
but it's exciting that a lot of Del Webb projects are coming up because that means, obviously they've done their homework and they know what's coming to Central Florida.
Yes, correct. There's a lot of snowbirds, retirees that want to retire here because
Right.
of the weather. We have beautiful weather,
Correct.
and we have a lot of activities for them to stay.
Plus, their floor plans are very well laid out.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Another exciting part about this Del Webb and Winter Garden is that it's the closest community, 55 plus community, to Walt Disney World resorts, the theme parks, Disney Springs,
Okay.
which offers a lot of shops and entertainment as well.
I love Disney Springs. I have to cut in here because for me, it's like the Saks Fifth Avenue of Central Florida. First of all, it's Disney, right? So all the property grounds are immaculate condition.
Yeah, always clean.
The aesthetics are always top of the line. So when you go shopping in that area, it is very upscaled. It is everything's clean, everything is well presented, well taken care of. You can't go wrong with Disney.
Yeah,
No.
and you have good restaurants to
Good-
choose from.
Good
Definitely.
restaurants to have rest stops at.
Yeah.
So I've never had a bad
They have an
experience walking
AMC
through
theater
there.
up there too.
Yeah, they do.
Yes,
It's
they
in
do.
a bowling alley as well.
Yes, they
Yeah,
do.
And the
then-
Cirque du Soleil reopened.
And
Oh,
Gideon,
yes.
Gideon's cookies as well. The
I haven't
big
had
old
that.
cookies.
Of
they give
course, you would know about the cookies.
I'm just saying, all right? The cookies are good, all right? There's a
All right,
plenty
we got
to do.
cookies, wine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So there's plenty to do. So go ahead.
Another great thing that I love about Winter Garden, which I live in Winter Garden, is that there's a farmer's market that opens on Saturdays.
Okay.
And there's things to do for the whole family.
All
There's a little pad that has water coming up if the kids get hot.
Right.
Yes,
Splash pad.
yeah, and the kids can play around there. And there's hot dog stands,
Right.
candy. They sell candy. They sell
Pickles.
pickles.
Yeah. And you know what I love about that area is that you can go around the corner, right? And it has the main square right there.
Yeah.
And I love it that all the restaurants, you can actually sit on the sidewalks and eat on a nice day,
Yeah.
like kind of like a New Yorkish feel.
Yes.
But it's a small town feel in this area.
Yes, yes,
So it's very
absolutely,
nice.
yeah. And I like the farmers market because you can pick up fresh.
Sorry.
You can pick up fresh fruits and vegetables, and just it encourages you to be creative in the kitchen.
Okay.
And I also like for the people that love the outdoors, there's the West Orange Trail, which is ideal for nature walks and biking.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
yes.
Okay.
And that runs through downtown, right?
Oh yes, and it
Goes
goes
through
all the
that-
way through Claremont
and
because
it
it goes
goes-
around the Lake Apopka area.
Right.
Yes.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, so if you want to train for that triathlon event,
It go right ahead.
go right ahead. We'll be eating wine and cookies, okay?
We'll be cheering you on.
Yep.
Yes, yes. And I also get calls.
Okay.
People hear about Winter Garden
Okay.
because what they do is every month they have different events in
Right.
the area that we were talking about, right downtown Winter Garden.
Right.
And I get a lot of calls, and people is like, "Oh, I'm looking for to buy a home for $350,000." I'm like, "I'm sorry, but this is not the area
Right.
for that price." Unfortunately, the prices have gone crazy expensive,
Right.
and the minimum price that you can get in a townhome you can get in the 400s
Right.
for a home in the 600s.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
again, it goes back to location.
Yeah,
Correct.
and a little bit more in-depth explanation on that is, as I told you in the beginning of this video, the market median price in Central Florida, Orlando, is $332,733, right? So what happens is you have locations where homes are a little less, but then you have these inflamed market areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's Winter Garden, Lake Nona, St. Cloud. So these are the areas that we've been talking about, and in those inflamed areas, it brings up the market considerably for all of Central Florida. So that's why you see that price range at 332, but in actuality, when you get into these inflamed areas, it's more of what Irene is saying, 4, 5, 600,000 to get into a home, because the more, like anything else, like New York, when you're more central to the city, you're more closer to those areas where people want to be, want to work, want to live. It's gonna be a supply and demand situation, right? Less supply, more demand, a little bit more extra pay to live where you want to be. Correct. So that is kind of what we got. Hopefully you guys like these kind of videos. If you would like a market update like this and the round table discussion that we had today, mention it in the comment section below. Let us know. Give us feedback. Let us know what you like. And if you want something like this every month, I think we can make that happen, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
got questions, let us know.
Yeah. But all right, guys. So we talked about all the local areas, right? And we talked about market expectations and the market medium. Like I said, if you love this video, let us know. Give us a click and subscribe down below, and let us know in the comment section if you love this type of video. Until then, I'm Anthony Tejada, your local Orlando realtor, and
Irene Calderón, Casas en Venta en Orlando.
And then
I'm Pam Inhofer.
Okay, and we're the Home Agent Group, and we will be talking to you guys soon. Give us a call, 407-790-0929. Before we go, I'm going to bring on Donnie, and Donnie is a rep for the builder here, which is Jones. He's going to let us know about a new project that's coming in the St. Cloud area, and where I believe that you can save taxes and you can have great equity growth, and it's not too far from Lake Nona, MCO, Medical City, and all the areas that people want to live in, and it's in the beach, which is a great opportunity. So we're going to bring Donnie on and have him talk about that. All right, guys, give us a second. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got Donnie Koshian here from Jones Homes USA, and Donnie is a rep with Jones Homes. He's going to let us know about a great opportunity that is happening here in the St. Cloud area. Hey Donnie, how's it going today?
Good, how you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How's it going?
Very good.
Good. So let us know.
Cool. So here, for those of you who are not familiar with Jones Homes USA, we are the subsidiary of the Emerson Group. It's an international real estate developer from the United Kingdom, founded in 1959. We build beautiful master plan communities all over the world, and Jones builds here in Central Florida, as well as North and South Carolina. What we're best known for is our luxury included features and our build quality of the home.
So Donnie, so that's great. That's awesome. I know there's a little history with Jones Homes, and they've been building for a while here.
Sure.
So what is the new community that you got coming that people should be excited about?
For sure. I do have an amazing opportunity coming up, and Anthony, thank you for having me today. I do appreciate it. We are opening up a brand new community here in St. Cloud. It's going to be off of Hickory Tree, which is pretty much almost in the center of St. Cloud. And there we have some pretty amazing floor plans that we added, and then some of our original floor plans that we did offer here at Harmony West. But the biggest thing is, especially for my folks from out of state here, is we're going to be gas. And that, they always make the joke, true chefs cook with gas.
That's true.
So we will have gas, tankless water heaters, 10-foot ceilings, and 8-foot interior doors, amongst other luxury included features that typically you're not going to find at other builders. So that is an amazing opportunity, and I'm stoked to be able to share that information here with Anthony, and go over it for sure.
Yeah, and I can actually attest to that a lot of builders in this area, and unless you're going into Laurier Park and Eagle Creek, don't put these luxury features in homes with the higher roofs, transom windows, gas features. Man, that is a very exciting opportunity. I know my wife in particular, we're from up north New York, and when we got down here, it was a hassle for her to convert from gas to electric. So I have a lot of my buyers who come from up north who are like, oh no, I need gas.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. So,
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
And the reason why I got wind of this opportunity was that Donnie had told me about it, and I made one of the first sales in this community already, but it is opening soon. Donnie?
Yes.
Yeah, and what we're looking at date-wise.
So date-wise, we're going to do the grand opening on January 28th. And from there, we started building models, but we'll probably finish them in a few months from now.
Right.
But with that being said, we're putting together a walkthrough, quick site walkthrough, show the home sites, show what the amenities are going to look like, and just the overall features that we'll have there. We will have 349 total home sites.
Wow.
There will be a resort-style pool,
Okay.
a dog park, and a small clubhouse. And surrounding it, you will have some water home sites. You will have some conservation home sites, and then you have some larger interior home sites as well. So we will have something there for everybody. Anything from a 3-bed, 2-bath
Right.
to a 6-bed, 3-bath, and then we'll have some larger homes like the Torrey Pines,
Right.
which is a very popular home at Eagle Creek,
Right.
which is a 4-4, roughly around 3,500 square feet under AC.
Yeah, and the thing I love about the Torrey Pines, and that's the one we got on the contract, is that it has an opportunity to have a balcony in the back of the home and the front of the home. Now, talk about swag living, right? That's swag living.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a really sharp feature.
Yeah.
And when you wake up in the morning on the weekend, you have a nice cup of coffee out there.
Yeah.
It's a really unique feature that I've never had in this area before.
Yeah, and there's really no other homes like that have a balcony in the front and the back in Magnolia Square section of St. Cloud. It's a very unique type of home. I would love that for myself. I'd call up, hey, send me up a hot dog. You know what I mean? But anyways, I mean, joking around. But it's a great home, and I love the features that you guys are going to put in this community. It sounds really great. Man, you might get some real estate agents investing in this.
Oh yeah,
in this.
that's for sure. We were blessed enough to have them at Harmony West, and we do look forward to having some more agent owners in our new community as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, when you see agents start to buy at a certain place, you know something's happening.
Yeah.
But it sounds like a great opportunity, great homes. It's going to push over the brands of you guys who've been following my channel. The Harmony West home collection and the Enclave home collection, and then some of the stuff like Donnie was saying, like that's been in Eagle Creek that have been heavy hitters, like Murfields, the Torrey Pines, and some of the other brands of models that they have that they're bringing over to this location. So it's a very unique experience, and not what you find in this section of St. Cloud often. Yeah. So Donnie, let's talk about this community and the location and where it's going to be. I mean, like right now, I know there's a berry picking farm across the street, but this particular community is nestled between 55 plus Twin Lakes, Maine, right?
Correct.
So like around it is going to be, rowdy neighbors, right? 55 plus.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. You'd probably be very quiet.
Yeah.
But you're going to have this all-inclusive community for everyone around a neighborhood that's predominantly like nice and quiet.
Sure.
So
Correct.
what else is coming around that area?
No, I'm glad you asked. Thank you. So where the community is being built, it's attached to but not part of a community we have, which is 55 plus, called Twin Lakes.
Right.
What the cool thing about this community is kind of tucked in the back, and there's like a winding road to get there, and there's another entrance off the side.
Right.
So unless somebody lives there or the location, it's really private in the back. So it's away from the road. You're not going to get any road noise.
Right.
You have some older farms surrounding it. But not only that, a big feature that I do enjoy about that one, and location-wise, is its proximity to usually what you're looking for in an area. Right. We're probably, I mapped it, depending on the time of the day, roughly maybe 18 to 22 minutes from Lake Nona.
Right.
And it's a one road. You come out of the community, you go make a right down out of Hickory Tree and go straight down, which turns into Narcoossee, and you end up right in Lake Nona.
Yeah, it's a straight shot.
Straight shot. You'll be roughly about 35 minutes, 40 minutes to the airport, MCO, Orlando International.
Right.
You have your shops over there. You're about 20 minutes from 417, about 10 minutes from the Florida Turnpike.
Right.
And then in that immediate location, you'll also have Neo City coming up,
right,
which that's under construction now. It's going to be like a software hub.
Right.
And then you'll have schools are close as well, and they're all phenomenal. You have Hickory Tree Elementary, Harmony Middle, and then Harmony High School, which are roughly 10 minutes away. Straight road, come out of Hickory Tree, go right down 192, and you're right there at school.
Yeah, and even if you go down 192 going towards Melbourne, like Donnie had said, if you go an hour out, you're right at Melbourne Beach. Yeah. So you're going to hit the water pretty fast within that hour range. And, that's a nice day trip, sure, right? Melbourne itself, to eat on the water, seafood. all that other stuff. That's there for you. Nightlife is towards Orlando, which is 45 minutes out from the turnpike. So, you're pretty centralized in this area, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Definitely.
the up and coming stuff, like you said, Neo City, there's going to be new development, new housing, new amenities, new areas, just within all of that. And
For my Disney fans too, but
Yeah.
40 minutes
40
away at the
minutes.
most.
Yeah, and Universal, you're about the same.
Yep,
Right? Yeah,
definitely.
So the parks are within reach, but you're not like right on top of the parks where you see the parking lot and then you hear all the noise. Right? You're still far enough where you can go home and rest easy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
exactly.
I love that. I love that about that. So anything else you want to tell us about this community that's coming?
I mean, just to go over really like a brief rundown. I do have some models in Harmony West still.
Yeah.
The feature is going to be a little bit different because here we did 9'4" floor ceilings and the 6'8" doors.
Right.
There's going to be a little bit of imagination involved
Right.
in some of the homes. But they'll have the taller ceilings, but we still be able to walk through the square footage of the home and feel the actual space. And then as an added bonus, your home is going to feel that much larger with those features in there.
Right, and right up here on one, like either left or right, I'm gonna throw up when I recorded the Tarpon model here, which is gonna push over to that new community, right? And then there's also, again, here on the left and right, the Murfield, right? And I'll push that over, and you guys can check out those two videos if you want. Other than that, Donnie?
We have to have a little bit of secrecy. So there's a lot more, included in the home and a lot more excitement that we'll see.
He's gonna play it close to the chest until they release. I
There
get
you
it.
go.
I get it. It's
There you
cool.
go.
But this is Donnie Koshan from Jones Homes USA, Anthony Tejada, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.